Namaste, my name is Amish Tripathi. We are here to speak of the book Modi at 20. This explores Prime Minister Modi's career as a head of government for 20 years, 12 and a half as Chief Minister of the state of Gujarat, and 7.5 as the Prime Minister of India when he completed such time in 2021. The book explores various facets of the Prime Minister during this journey. It has been a remarkable journey, no doubt, because he has stood for elections at the state level and national level in all these 20 years, and he's never lost an election. Not as a candidate at the state assembly or the union parliament, and not just that, but also his government has never lost a re-election effort, and this is a remarkable record for any politician in any democracy anywhere in the world. And what this book tries to explore is what is it about Prime Minister Modi that the Indian electorate has such faith and trust in him. There are various chapters that have been written in this book by many authors, most of them far better writers than I am. What I explore in my chapter is Prime Minister Modi's impact on Indian culture. Indian culture has been in need of support and sustenance because our culture has been, in a sense, under attack for a long time. The British Raj obviously did not do as much as it should. It was an exploitative colonial rule at that time. But sadly, even post independence, perhaps for various reasons, we didn't have the money as an economy to focus as much as we should on our culture. And my chapter explores what Prime Minister Modi has done consistently, and even earlier what he did in his role as a chief minister. So, for example, all of us are aware of the wonderful work that has been done in Kashi Vishwanath Ji, how the temple has been expanded, the temple complex has been expanded, it's been beautified, it's been modernized. And I explore how India's worship places were centers of our ancient culture and arts, and it was really at the heart of our way of life. And what happened sadly during the periods of the invasions, first the Turks, then the Europeans, and even post independence, is that many of our temple towns fell into disrepair. The temples weren't maintained well. The arts and cultures associated with it did not get the encouragement that it should. And Prime Minister Modi has focused not just on Kashi Vishwanath Ji temple, but one explores various other temple towns that have been revived. And it's not just the worship places of Hinduism, but the worship places of all other religions that exist in India. There have been spruced up. Many of them have been spruced up, improved, and this is happening across the country, which is a wonderful effort that is done. There have been moves by the government to encourage literature. There was a writing contest that was done to encourage writing within India. Even something as small as the gifts that the Prime Minister gives to foreign dignitaries, showcases Indian art and culture and our traditions to the best possible. He shares our ancient scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, etc., with many guests. You'll notice that when many foreign guests, foreign heads of state come to India, he takes them to parts of India that were unexplored by foreign dignitaries earlier. Because remember, when a foreign head of state comes, that country's media comes along as well. So if the Prime Minister hosts the head of state of Japan in Kashi or the head of state of China in Mahabalipuram, images and stories of those areas go back to those countries, and which encourages interest in those cities. Various things like this that I explore in the chapter. One thing I would certainly like to speak of, which I have explored in the chapter as well, is the return of Indian artifacts. It was no surprise that during the Turkic era and the British era, many ancient Indian artifacts have been smuggled out of India. Sadly, this continued post independence as well. And for many foreigners, those could be just statues to display in a museum. but for us, they literally are gods and goddesses. And the efforts that have been made to bring many of them back are, shown in the numbers itself. I explore that in my chapter of how we are getting our gods back home. Many aspects like this in the cultural space are explored in this chapter, and I hope you enjoy reading it. It has been titled Prime Minister Modi, the Bhagirath Prayasi, because this is almost like a tap that he is doing for the cause of our culture. Please do explore this chapter. I hope you enjoy. Thank you.